Okay, so I need two guys underneath that goal on the other end. One with the ball. Okay, and come with me while I'm talking to these guys. So, if the goal's the most important thing in the game, all right, then the idea would be, if you're guarding the ball, not to let the ball get by you. If the ball gets by you, it's 5-on-4, all right? They have a tremendous opportunity to get that ball either to the goal or pitch it for an opportunity to lay it in or foul. Most fouls occur when there's disadvantaged numbers. Okay, baseline. He's got the ball. Okay, now, we're not going to talk about if it's pressure defense. We're just going to talk about in a real general sense, okay, about how to guard this goal. That's the number one thing right there. The further you are from the goal when you're guarding the ball, the further you can be off this guy. Would it make sense to get up into him and just go toe-to-toe with him? No. Okay? Okay, so okay, so you've got the ball, you're bringing it up. I don't want you to bounce, I want you to walk. Just slowly walk up the floor. It's called the shrinking gap. Okay? Keep yourself a nice gap here. He cannot go by you. All right? Okay, now without looking at the floor, you guys, when you're playing, you know when you're at half court. You know when you're at the 3 line, right? You know all the markings on the floor, okay? I would say a good offensive player also knows where his defender's feet are, okay? I already know your right foot's ahead of your left foot, and I've been looking at you the whole time, okay? So get in the stance, okay? Get your left foot ahead of your right foot, okay? It's really important to know that. Okay? Because the best way to beat a guy is to attack his top foot. You don't have to look at his feet. Okay? You just got to be aware. Get in the middle of the floor here. All right, now you're at half court, so you're thinking, okay, I started with with about an 8 gap. Okay? And so now you got a 2 gap. Okay? This is 1 gap. Okay? So times 2. Okay, good. The closer he gets to the goal, though, the more you're going to shrink your gap. Okay, so just walk slowly. So you're at the top of the key, right? Okay, you're to 1 gap. You got to be at a 1 gap now. Got to be, because he can make that shot. That's why. He can't make that one. That's why we can be 2 there and we're only 1 here. Okay, slowly move your way towards the free throw line. Okay, middle of the floor. I don't know where you're going. Middle of the floor, okay? Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Is he in the paint?
Yes.
Okay, you didn't even have to look. He knew he was in the paint. Once a guy hits the paint, it's a 0 gap. He's only 14 feet from the goal. Okay? He can almost dunk it from there. 0 gap. So throw your chest on him. Get your hands away right here. Not here. Not here. Right here. Okay? Get down in a stance. Okay? Now we got a 0 gap. Started with about an 8 gap to a 0 gap. Okay? And if you think if you're in a 0 gap you're going to foul, you're crazy. And I'll tell you why. There's 2 things you got to do. Everybody come down here with me. Get in here about 10 feet from the goal. About right there. Okay. 0 gap. Okay, 2 things you got to do. Okay? They pay guys to drive here, all right, put these shirts on, and they pay them well to ref your guys' games. Okay? If your hands are where they are right now, first of all, I almost couldn't see your right hand. Okay? Don't put it in my hands. Don't let me decide whether that's going to be a foul or not. Show your hands to the ref and get really, really, really physical with that guy without displacing him. Okay? Displacing a guy, and it's a foul in the rule book, is when you actually move a guy off his stance. Okay? This is all about leverage. That's why we did this balance stuff earlier. Okay? This is all leverage. Okay? When I was here last time, I had a rule. I told you guys, the guy that lifts out of his stance is the guy that gets beat right here. Every single time. So if you can stay down in his stance, you got him. You absolutely got him. Okay? Now, the reason I bring that up is because in that last drill, it's unbelievable how close you guys were to players 30 feet from the basket. And how many times do we get driven by in that drill? That should never happen. Because you know what? I think there's parts of the game that I call selfish. I think that's selfish. Because you are putting it on your teammate to go 2-on-1 to try to stop him. And that's putting a lot of pressure on your teammate. That's just selfish. You're not thinking while you're playing hard. Okay? So shrinking gap.